Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new week on this Monday on Around the Block. I'm Heather Holman.
I'm Adria Goins.
And Jacqueline Ferris.
We're glad you're here. Yeah. So how was everyone's weekend?
It was really good. I got to go to Northwest Arkansas again for the second weekend in a row and see this time my niece had an engagement party for herself and her fiance Cam, and my entire family was there. My brother and all of his family, and my sister and all of his family, and my parents. And it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
It's always nice to see them.
Jacqueline, how about you?
You know what? I was at my son's soccer tournament all weekend.
Oh, fun. How'd they do?
It was the most incredible finals round, and they won.
Nice.
Good.
That's amazing.
It was great. We were there all day yesterday.
I know those soccer tournaments can take a lot of time.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's lots of sunscreen, too.
Yeah.
It was so much sunscreen.
Hot. Yeah, hot on
blowing
Sunday.
dirt.
I bet, because it was windy. Yeah. So we went to the arts festival on Saturday, and it was hot. I was expecting when I had checked the weather as we were heading out, it was 68 degrees. I was like, perfect. Yeah. I'll wear this, jacket and then jeans and boots. And if you know me, you know I always wear heels. So of course I have to wear boots too, not just tennis shoes, to anything outdoors. But so we were out there, and then it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. By the time we left, it was 78, which sounds beautiful and all, but when you're just standing out in the sun amidst a whole group of people, but it was a lot of fun. It was hot, but it's just so much fun. Yeah. And I ended up buying a big cross for my wall that's made out of stone, carved stone. With some crystals in it. Really pretty.
That's awesome.
So
my daughter went to the arts festival for a while, and she had a lot of fun. So
and
gorgeous down there.
My kids went with me, so that was a lot of fun. And then we on Sunday went to church as always, and got our nails done. Just lots of family time, lunch, all that fun stuff. So it was a good weekend.
That sounds like we all had a very successful weekend.
Yes.
That's good.
So last night, though, I was sitting at home and got a text from a source about the shooting at Arcadia Lake. Yeah. And then so I called it into the news desk, and they're like, we've got people out there. Yeah. And just really, really shocking.
It was very shocking. I did not, that area is relatively safe. Was not expecting that news from overnight. So
right, 23 people injured. Yeah. We're told that no one's been arrested. The gunman has not been arrested. However, we're also told there is no threat to the public, which could very well mean that the gunman they know who it is and perhaps is apprehended. But lots of people still being treated at the hospital. So again, 23 in all injured, and Integris took care of 17 of them, and others went different places. A few people still in critical condition, but their ages ranged from 16 to 30. And Adria, you covered it this morning, and I believe they were saying it started off as like a party out at the lake.
Yeah, there was a party that was, there was flyers going around all over the metro. And it was a party, supposed to have barbecue and live music and all of that. And then something happened. And I don't think it was a fight or anything. I just think gunfire erupted there. Is from what my understanding is so far. Edmond Police, they really aren't giving us a lot of information yet. They aren't giving us a description on the suspects either. I hear there are more than one. So we're just hoping they said they would likely give us an update tonight or tomorrow morning. So, but we've been reaching out to all of the hospitals who are giving us some information. Integris, as you mentioned, still has 7 people admitted there, and their injuries range from critical to serious. So there's quite a few people that are still in the hospital following this very sad and shocking incident at Arcadia Lake.
We hope no one is killed, which would be a miracle if they're not. But that would be wonderful if everyone makes it through this. So say some prayers if you are a praying person. But again, more details coming out from police later today from Edmond Police. Also a big project happening along the Turner Turnpike, and talk about a backup this will cause.
Oh, man.
Yes, on the way to and from Tulsa, the Turner Turnpike, the bridge right after you leave Oklahoma City, right here, and you're heading toward Luther. In between, this is going to become one bridge. So they're going to merge them, and it's going to take about a year, several $1 million, and about a year for construction.
So what are they doing? They're gonna make the middle part. How are they making it one bridge?
I don't know, but that's what they say they're doing. They're combining them into one bridge.
Okay.
But
So that
yeah,
may mean there's going to be adding more lanes, additional lanes as well. I would imagine.
I would think so. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, because
'Cause
then
it
they
kinda
would have
gets a
to
little
widen it
clustered.
all the way down the road too, though. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they will do that or not, but several $1 million worth of projects there. Yeah, and a year's worth of work. That is such a busy stretch too. It's our way to get to Tulsa. Tulsa's way to get to us.
Yep.
So many big rigs on that highway. So,
And that started today.
yeah, starts today.
Uh,
So lasting a whole year.
It's a good
Everyone
thing
needs
I
to
took-
be patient.
yeah, right. It's a good
Be
thing I took my
patient.
trip this weekend and got that out of the way for a little bit. So that way.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
Now don't go visit for another year.
No, I can't do that. Can't do
I
that. My
honestly-
sister just got a swimming pool. Are you kidding me?
I think this is good news because there's been so many major accidents or fatality accidents on
Yeah.
the Turner Turnpike in the last year. So I think this is a good step in the direction of maybe reducing those.
And they've also had a lot of construction on the Turner over the past, widening Stroud
Oh, yeah.
and a couple of other areas that have been widened in the past year to 2 years. So there's always, I always feel like there's construction on that road, but now it's just going to be a little closer to home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we've got it all around us. I-35 is always under construction.
Yeah.
So, and that's the running joke. If you're going to Dallas
It
or
is.
anywhere south, you just got to be prepared. There is constant construction
yeah.
on I-35, lifelong. It's never going away.
Add an extra 30 minutes to an hour. Just plan ahead and know that's what you're going to need.
Yes.
So.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about how the Minko, what are we calling them? Not the Minko Miracles.
Yeah, I thought they
The
were.
Miko Miracles.
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah.
The Minko Miracles. We're talking about them and what's huge in store for them coming up after the break. Welcome back to Around the Block. This was a very important event held over the weekend. Very sad, but very important. The OSBI is raising awareness about missing Oklahoma persons over the weekend. And here's the deal. They said, if you're missing someone, come to us, provide us with some family DNA, tell us who they are, birthdays and so forth, and they'll put it into a database.
Yeah, I think this is great. They've been doing this for about 12 years now, which has helped significantly in identifying some missing Oklahomans.
Yeah.
And also it's been able to develop leads off of all of this. So the family members basically say, okay, here's their information. Here's a DNA sample. Here's what happened when they went missing. And a lot of times they can put that into a national they do put it in a national database. And a lot of times this has led to leads that have been able to give these families some answers, which is great.
And that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Yes. But just so sad to see their faces of all the missing people and the faces of all the family members, just desperate to find their loved one.
And then them having to rehash what happened and talk about it again. But I'm glad that they're doing this and giving families an opportunity to try to find some answers as far as what happened to their loved ones. Because I couldn't imagine. I don't want to imagine never knowing what happened to someone that you loved because they just, vanished.
Yeah.
So.
And the good thing about that database, it's nationwide. It's a nationwide database. So once that DNA pictures, all the information go in, if anything is found down the road, that DNA can really help.
Yeah.
Possibly bring someone home or at least provide the family with closure.
UCO does this, their Forensics Science Institute, which is really interesting too. They do such a great job there.
Oh, they really do. That's where Briar's attending college and majoring in forensics.
Yeah.
You have to have a double major if you're in the forensics department. But anyway, she's doing forensic psychology. So
look at her.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But yes, so we wish the very, very best for these people here. Yeah. Hopefully they get reunited with their missing loved one at some point. Some good news now, switching gears to the Minko Miracles. They're heading to state. We talked about this on Friday, but we're getting closer now. So they, I think it's this,
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. So the beloved softball team in Minko. And funny thing is, on Friday, we talked about this. Kent Ogle was on the show. And that day, I had mentioned what happened, that their bus, a deer came out and got lodged in the wheel well, right? And it caused the bus to flip into the ditch. It wasn't like the coach swerved. Okay, well, that coach reached out to me on Facebook on Friday and said, just want you to know, I really appreciate the way that you've been reporting this. A lot of people have gotten it wrong, saying that I swerved, but really, the deer did get stuck in there. And I said, are you talking about today? Did you see today's episode of Around the Block? He goes, No, I'm finally able to start watching them from last year. I'm talking about last year. I was like,
You're
wow, what a
kidding.
great coincidence.
That is great. Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, that's what, we wanted to make sure we were accurate with what happened because a lot of people were wondering how it all happened. And that's what we've been saying essentially from day one, is how that crash happened because, the fact that every single one of them survived is just a miracle in itself, and then just the story of their like overcoming the crash and now overcoming their injuries and then now overcoming the season and being at state, it's such a cool feeling for that entire city and that team. So
that's the coach right there who reached out to me. Super nice guy. And I said, hey, we are so excited that you guys are going to state and we wish you the very best. We'll be cheering you along with the rest of Oklahoma, minus the teams that they're competing against. Their families will be rooting for them.
You should have told him to email you as soon as the game's over with so we could do an interview with him.
I still can.
You can. There you go. There you go.
But that's great. That's just like you said, Adria, just a miracle that they all survived. So the Minko Miracles, that's how they got their name.
Going to state for the first time since 1994.
Wow.
Like
amazing.
That's 30 years.
Yes. And that is happening on Wednesday. So all eyes will be on Minko, Oklahoma.
We will be watching and cheering them on. For sure.
Something really cool for foster kids, a new thing for them. Plus, River Sport has some big news as well. We'll tell you about those next. Hopefully on Wednesday, we'll be screaming our heads off going, go Thunder!
Right?
This is
there it is, everybody. Get a good look.
It's going to be on seats. It's going to be on seats tomorrow night when we play the Lakers at 7:30 at the Paycom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So you're getting a preview of what everybody's going to be wearing.
Those are the playoff shirts. Game 1, Thunder versus the Lakers, which you can watch right here on KFOR. Those are really cute. Apparently, this is a theme. Like, can you see where the OKC looks like the basketball court? Essentially, and it's kind of a little bit of the theme that you'd see in a lot of the downtown places. They're painting up all of their windows, and they have all kinds of art for OKC, and that's sort of a running theme. Apparently.
Everyone's doing the court now. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Now we know it's trendy and hip and cool. Thanks, Adria.
Right? You're welcome.
Usually I have to find that stuff out for my kids.
I haven't got to go to a playoff game. I've covered playoff games and I've been downtown when they've happened, but I haven't been inside the Paycom and gotten a shirt. Do they ask everybody that comes in what's your shirt size, or does everybody get like a?
Oh no, it's just whatever's on your seat.
I hope it fits type.
Yeah, probably an adult size large. Like just to accommodate everyone, or who knows, maybe even an XL.
Yeah,
I don't know. What size is this one?
That one looks like I'd say it's a large, maybe.
Let's see. This one is a large. You're right. Yes.
Nice.
So, there it is.
There it is, folks.
That's a large.
That's a collector's item.
It sure is. Absolutely.
That's one of my favorite things is to see, what the shirts are going to look like for the playoffs. I always enjoy to see what's.
That's always so fun.
And of course, we were talking about it earlier today because I was like, there's been a lot of blue shirts, but. If you think about it, they're playing the Lakers, so they can't really have a yellow shirt or a goldish, gold or orange shirt this go round because that would just be too much with the Lakers colors. So I bet we're going to see a lot of either blues, whites, and blacks this set.
You know what we don't see?
What?
Orange.
Yeah, not enough.
Orange with blue.
Yeah.
And I guess they figure more people look good in blue than orange. You got to, have the color scheme to be able to pull that color off.
Blue is more my color than orange, that's for sure.
You look beautiful in your blue dress today.
So sweet.
Hey, we also have some sweet news for foster kids because foster kids, I just have a heart for them because what an unfair, rough life to be put in that situation. But most kids who are in foster care are just so resilient. That's one thing they learn, which is a beautiful thing. But now a new law in Oklahoma is focused on something small but meaningful. The Oklahoma Department of Human Services will be giving each foster kid a large duffel bag because usually, as small as that sounds, like really, that's it. They have to typically move their things from foster house to foster house with like Walmart bags, grocery bags, that kind of thing. So this will be something that is theirs.
It's tangible
that they can always pack their belongings in. And also it will come with hygiene products as well. So
And it's going to cost the state about $250,000. And I feel like that is money well spent.
very well
right?
spent. Yes.
This is a bill that passed. It'll go into law on July 1st.
Yes.
And a lot of times, like I've covered so many stories about foster kids. In fact, this family that you're about to see here, I did an interview with them last year. And majority of these kids that I'm seeing here in this video, they're like teenagers now.
Wow.
Yeah. Because that was a family that had 12 foster kids, 10 foster kids. 2 of them are their biological kids, and 10 that are from the heart. So, and they are their children. Anyways, they will always tell us, or they would tell me that, the need for foster parents in this community in Oklahoma is huge. It's very important. And a lot of those kids, they leave with nothing.
Yeah.
They have the clothes on their backs and that's it. So to be able to have something that is their own, like a duffel bag, and have products in there that they will instantly use is just, it's so meaningful.
Yeah.
People don't even realize it. So
some of them don't even get gifts. So to them, this will feel like a gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I love that. Love anything positive for our foster kids.
Yes.
Here's another positive story today. Adria, you and I have both taken our families. Jacqueline, have you down to river sport?
I have. It's so much fun.
It is
It
so
is
much
so
fun.
fun.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to get in the water, the climbing structure there, so much fun. There's a zip line that we've never gotten to do because when we've been there, they've said the wind's too high to do it. But that looks like a blast. And we've never actually done the rapids. We've never done the surfing.
You should. It's so fun.
Which one?
Oh, both of them. Both of them are super fun. We did this right here, and you go up twice. You have the guy in the back is your guide. And the first time you go up, he kind of teaches you and he talks you through certain things and says, okay, you need to, when I say paddle on the right, you paddle on the right. When I say paddle on the left, when I say put your paddle in, or when I say duck, you got to do it, And so the second time is a little bit more fun because you're not nervous that you're going to do something wrong, because I was nervous the whole time I was going to do something wrong. But the kids did this and loved it, which is the little surfing area. Griffin, they did it on the bodies with like the boogie boards, and then Griffin tried to do it where he was standing up, and they kind of give you this rope to hold on to.
Okay.
The best part for me was watching the crash outs, because
yes, exactly.
I can't tell you how many times like that.
And the staff member's like, ah.
You see some funny stuff for sure.
Sure.
But it's so fun. The whole atmosphere out there is just so fun.
So I've known 2 people who've done the rapids, and now I know you, but both of them flipped.
Oh, they did?
Went underwater, yeah.
You know what's funny is we didn't flip, but our guide fell out.
Oh.
Our guide fell out and he was like, watch the baby, which was my daughter. She's 8. And I was like, she's good. She's, right in front of me. And he was trying to get the people, because they have people workers on the side, that if for whatever reason the boat gets away from them, they can come and grab it. And they're like, he said, get the boat, go get them, get the boat, was yelling at them. And we're just like, okay, that was the first go around.
That's cute. He was so worried about you guys.
He was worried about all of us and making sure he was okay. But yeah, he fell out of the boat. But it was so fun. It's a lot of fun.
I love canoeing. Kayaking is one of my favorite things to do.
Yes.
And so I've never done river rapids before, but I mean, I think that we should.
Should.
At this point, why not?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they'll give us a few previews before the Olympics get here, and we can get you all tested out and see how you do.
On the canoe slalom?
Yeah, how fun would that be?
Can I do the kayak slalom?
There you go.
It's more manageable. Yeah. So we did down in Broken Bow when I was in college, I think. I think college. And so anyway, I was the adult in the boat with my 4-year-old cousin. And so, I was maybe 20, if that. And we went, there's a little 3-foot waterfall, and it's really little, at Mountain Fork River down in Broken Bow. And so my whole family went down this river, and over the 3-foot waterfall, I tell Suzanne, little Suzanne, she's 4, okay, on the right, paddle on the right. And she goes, so we turned sideways, and we're going to go over the waterfall and dump out. And so I stood up in the back, kicked the canoe backwards and to line it back up. Yeah. And then I flew over the waterfall, landed on my knee under the water, came up, And little Suzanne's fine, just sitting in the boat. She went over just fine. And my mom and my sister are in their boat and they're laughing so hard that nothing's coming out because Heather had just literally dove over the waterfall. So
but you know what? That's a
my
story for you to tell at your niece's.
I already told it at her wedding.
You did? Okay, good. I was going to say, you better tell it at that wedding.
When we come back, we'll get to today's Bizarre Holidays right after this.
All right, welcome back. Today's Bizarre Holidays. There's some good ones on here.
Some different ones.
Some very different ones. I'll go first. Candied Orange Peel Day.
Have you guys heard of that?
I have not.
Candied orange peel.
I wondered if it was like that candy that you get that's like an orange and you break it. I don't know.
Well, that's covered in chocolate, though.
I think it's the kind you may see in
But
those
isn't that
fancy
candy?
cocktails. The pill
Oh.
that's been candy.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Maybe so.
Not that I've had
Somebody registered it as a holiday, though. So, okay.
What you got, Jacqueline?
I have National Day of Reason.
We don't know what that is. What?
Oh,
What are you talking about? Okay, somebody actually came up with this.
yeah.
Probably a company that plans meetings for people and who's paid to do it. It's National Meeting Planners Day.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. National Orange Juice Day.
National Weather Observers Day. Be sure to watch What's Up with This Weather on Wednesdays at 1:30.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Good way to plug.
And the best holiday that I've ever heard of on our Bizarre Holidays, Petite and Proud Day.
Oh,
Yay!
they put this one in there just for you,
Just for
Heather.
me.
Petite
Oh.
and proud.
That's so sweet. All right. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you back here tomorrow at 11. We hope you have a great day.
Have a good one.